Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Today is still Sunday, September 8th, 2024. And this topic here, did I say thank y'all for tuning in? If not, thank y'all for tuning in. I can't forget that. So I can't take a chance of forgetting that. So thank y'all for tuning in, if I didn't already say that. If I did say it, I'm saying it again. So this one is based on this term I've been hearing lately called toxic masculinity and the rise of toxic masculinity, which really nowadays is just describing just an old school real man. An old school real masculine man, they call it toxic nowadays. Your toxic masculinity. A man that don't take no crap. A man that stands up for himself. A man that's solid. A man that's love women only. A man that has old school ways of a man. Of how a man should be. How a man should carry himself. How a man should behave. They call it toxic masculinity nowadays. If you're not a pushover, if you're not the type of man to let people walk all over you, stand up for yourself, set boundaries, have standards, and you stand on it. You have morals, values. They call that toxic masculinity nowadays. Which I just call my grandpa. My granddad. The men that I grew up around, they would be considered toxic masculine men nowadays, toxic masculinity. The men that felt like a man's supposed to be the head of the household. The men that felt like a man should answer to a woman. He can discuss, listen to her opinion, talk to her. I ain't talking about he her boss. Get on somewhere. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about where the man was the leader. He led. He was in charge. That's toxic masculinity nowadays. So where did that come from? How did we get here? How did we get to a point the way it's wrong for a man to be a man? Being a man is wrong. We live in a time where men like Tim Walz, the vice presidential candidate, whatever, with Kamala Harris, they're looking at him like he's a man. He's a male. He's soft as wet cotton. That is not a masculine man. But hey, it is what it is. That's what's accepted nowadays. That's what a lot of women want nowadays. A man, he got a genitalia of a man, but he ain't got the heart of a man. A lot of women want a man that they can push around. A man that'll cater to them and bow down to them. A man that don't bow down and cater to a woman is toxic masculinity. Feminine men. In touch, in tune with their feminine side. Where did these men come from? How did it get like this? How did we get to this point? Well, I was reading a post from the channel Legion of Men, who is a way bigger channel than me, but he's reacted to some of my videos or what have you. At least one of them, what have you. And I'm grateful for that. He didn't make a hate video. So therefore, I will shout him out. He didn't come at me with no hate. He reacted to my video, talked about me, what have you, in a way, just just no hateful stuff. So therefore, I don't mind saying your name. You come at me with some hate, I'm not mentioning you. I know what you're trying to do. This man was just making content. He didn't mean no harm to me. So therefore, I will offer the same respect and gratitude to that person for shouting me out, and I'm shouting them out. The name of the channel, the Legion of Men. I think I got like 300,000-400,000 subscribers, way bigger than me, but still shouted me out. I appreciate that. But this post, so I got to get credit where credit is due where I got this post from. I don't know where he got it from, but I'm telling you where I got it from. I got to get credit where credit is due. I didn't make this up, but I'm going to react to it. It says 43% of boys are raised by single mothers. 78% of teachers, you might well say 80%, round that up. We do round up where I come from. 80% of teachers are female. So almost 50% of boys have 100% feminine influence while at home. An 8 out of 10 chance of 100% influence at school. Toxic masculinity isn't the problem. The lack of masculinity is. See, the problem we're facing in the world right now, especially not just the world, not the world, because a lot of places still have masculine men. They're not having the problem that America's having. The problem in America right now is feminism-based, the demasculation of men. Brought on by feminism. Feminism is the culprit. To where we don't have many masculine men anymore. No masculine men for the little boys to grow up looking at. No masculine men like I had growing up to be able to mold myself after to look at how a man's supposed to be. People grow up and emulate what they see. Most people. You emulate and you mold your behavior based on what you see growing up, what they call your formative years. So if you grew up around a bunch of weak, soft, weak-kneed, limp-wrist men, it's a great possibility that that's what you're going to be. If you grew up around a bunch of emotional, in their feelings, I feel like this, I feel like that type of men, if that's what you grew up around, that's what you saw, whatever the cause of it, if that's what you saw, most likely that's what you're going to be. So forth and so on. And the young men growing up under you and seeing you being soft, masculine, I mean not soft, not masculine, but soft, effeminate, more in touch with your feminine side. Not saying you, like in the community, you can be a straight heterosexual man, just not masculine. There's this channel I used to follow. And this ain't nothing negative about him. I ain't saying this ain't no salt. This was just a good point I saw he made once when I used to watch his videos every day. I was a big fan till he started hating on me. Not gonna mention no name, nothing like that, and this ain't no salt on his channel. This was one of the videos where I agreed with him. I actually loved his point. So anybody that run throwing salt, big boy, said something about it, it's not no negative. I actually liked the video. I loved his content till he started coming at me. I was watching this guy's channel before I had a channel. Influenced me, not about telling me to get one, but just was saying, you need to start it, y'all, the side hustle, start a YouTube channel. So I kind of why I started a channel. So I had nothing but love for this dude. But he's, in the community. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't coming for nobody like, big boy, I be coming for folks. No, I don't. No problem with nobody in the community. I've been a fan of this channel since the coronavirus. That's when I first saw him. I've been watching him since like 2020. Love his content. Never had nothing bad to say about it. Still don't got nothing bad to say about him. Even though he talking bad about me. I'm still not going to say nothing bad about him. I was a fan, and the only reason they watching now because you're talking bad. So I ain't finna deal with that. Somebody I ain't got no problem with. So anyway, he's gay. And even he said, being a gay man, he still want a masculine man. He was like, where are all the masculine men? So you know you can still have gay masculine men. I didn't know that. I just learned that from him. Even though he was gay, I follow his channel because I don't have nothing against gay people. I love his content. I recently stopped watching and stopped unsubscribing once he started coming after me in a negative way. That's the only reason. So, even he said, where are all these feminine, because he's a gay man, but he don't like the feminine gay men. He's attracted to men. Men that act like men. You got gay men that are masculine. Just like you got gay women that are masculine. The studs. That's crazy, ain't it? You learn something new every day. So even gay men want a masculine man. So being masculine don't have nothing to do with your sexuality. It's a behavior. It's an attitude. It's a mentality. It's a mindset. To where even if you gay, you still a man. You got some gay men that are more masculine than a lot of straight men. You got straight men. That's all women. They love women. But they feminine acting, emotional little bras. I deal with them in my emails every day. And before I block them on my channel, coming every day, feminine men in their feelings because of something I said. I understand women coming at me emotional and feeling wise, but men, I had more men coming at me in their feelings than women. Emotional men. Toxic masculinity ain't the cause of that. The lack of masculinity is the cause of that. A bunch of men being raised by single mothers, and when you send them from home to school, most likely the teacher is a woman. So in a boy's nowadays formative years, his formative years are around women. A woman can't help but to exude her feminine energy onto that man because that's all she know how to do. Except for the stud, the masculine women, which is rare. Overall, women by nature are feminine. That's all they naturally know how to be is feminine. Now, these modern women are something different. You got some masculine, we ain't talking about them. Exclude the masculine women. We ain't talking about them. Overall, the majority of women are feminine. Yes, you have masculine women. The majority of, just like you got feminine men, you got masculine women. The majority of women by nature are feminine. I don't care what you heard. The majority of women are feminine. So therefore, if as a little boy, all you grew up around in your formative years was femininity, even if you are a straight man, because I believe you got to be born gay, you can't be made gay. That's just my belief. You got to be born gay. So even if you born a straight man, if you raise around a bunch of feminine energy, you're going to still be a straight man, but you're going to be feminine. You're going to be emotional. Hence what we got now running around here, a bunch of soft, weak, straight men. They straight. Soft, weak, no fortitude, no problem solving. None of that. Feminine men that are straight. I'm talking straight men that are feminine. And that's where it comes from. When I read that post that he put up there, I was like, that ain't nothing but the truth. Toxic masculinity ain't the problem. It's the lack of masculinity. We need masculine men in this world. Women are not supposed to lead. I don't care who don't like what I just said. I don't care. Facts are facts. Men are supposed to be the head. We are supposed to be the ones to go outside into the world, fight lions and tigers and bears, and provide, protect for our families. That's what men were designed to do. We've decided to do something different for whatever reason, and that's why the world is in the condition that it's in now, because of lack of masculine men, because of men relinquishing their roles to women. That's why we are where we at right now, especially in America. Men decide we're going to let women take our spot. We're going to give our roles, our responsibilities to women. Now you got women out here providing, protecting themselves. Well, feminism did that big war. No, we allowed it. I can't say this enough times. Feminism ain't do a damn thing that we ain't let it do. Women ain't take nothing. We gave it to them. They didn't have the physical might to take nothing from men. Men ran everything. Women didn't run shit. Go back to the Wild Wild West. Women didn't run nothing. Everything, whether a woman want to accept it or not, they want to talk about how strong they are, this, that, and the other. Everything that women are able to do now, men allow them to do it. I know that's going to sound chauvinist. It's facts. Everything that a woman is allowed to do today, all her freedoms, being able to get a job, the military, whatever a woman is able to do nowadays is because men allowed it. So fellas, if you don't like the way it is right now, the way that women are, the way they're acting, this, that, and the other, we allowed it. The buck stops at the top, shit rolls downhill. You gotta put the responsibilities for the way things are on the leader. Who's in charge? That's who's responsible for the condition of whatever place you in. Who's ever in charge. And in the world, men were in charge. So if the world is messed up, it's man's fault, not women. We want to blame women. That's a trait of a feminine man. A masculine man will blame himself for the condition of the world, knowing we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball on our families, kids, women, everything. We dropped the ball. Let me repeat that. Men dropped the ball on the women and the kids because we were the head. Now, big boy, I can't agree with you on this one, man. Feminism ain't did a damn thing. Everything that a woman has nowadays, every right that a woman has, every ability that a woman has, everything that a woman is allowed to do nowadays, men allow them to do it. Remember, we had all the guns, we had all the strength, we had everything. We were the fighters, the killers, we was all that. Women were not that. Women were at home with the kids, that's all they was doing at one time. Raising the family while we was out hunting, working, providing, bringing home the bacon. Women could not beat us physically. So therefore, they didn't take a damn thing. Everything they're doing, we allowed them to do. We gave in to their demands, even if their demands were wrong. We gave in to them for whatever reason. That's beyond my pay grade to try to understand why we did it. The fact is, we gave in, and now we're in the position that we're in now in the world. Because men gave up their roles as leader. Lack of masculinity is the problem, not toxic masculinity. The fact that we don't have masculine men is the problem. And it still resorts back to us as men. We broke this, and we're going to have to fix it. Get it? Got it? Good. Bye.